Welcome to today's session. Hello. In today's session, we will see how to build a decision tree model. So let me first explain the data set. So it's a bank loan data set. It has 5 columns and 100 rows. The first column is the consumer ID. Second gives the gender. Third, income. Fourth, CIBIL score. And last column is whether loan has to be approved or not. So last column is the target value which we want to predict. So here we are building a classification model using decision tree algorithm. So first we have to import the required library. So machine learning import, we would be using sklearn.tree package. In that we have to import decision tree classifier. And since we have to split the data into test and train, we have to use model selection and import train and test split. And for evaluating the model's efficiency, we have to use sklearn metrics. So let me import the library. So after importing the library, first thing we have to do is read the data file. So for that we will use, since it's a CSV file, we have to use pd.read_csv and give the file name. And use info and .d types to understand the data structure. So it prints out the value. So next we'll print out the summary stats. So we'll use .describe function. The plain describe function will give out the numerical columns summary stats. If I want to print the object types summary stats, then add include equal to object. So next thing we have to do is extract the target class. For inputting to any algorithm, we have to make sure all the categorical values are converted to binary 1 or 0. Most of the algorithm does not accept categorical value as such. It accepts the value as a binary format. Here we are assigning 1 wherever the value equal to y and 0 otherwise. So for that we are using np.where. So let me execute this. So it converts all the values into 0 or 1. So first we have to understand the distribution of loan approval class. So for that we have to know the count. Number of y is 43 and number of no is 57. So before creating a model, we should estimate the baseline model, dividing the split up by the total number of rows. The baseline model is 57 in the case of no, 43 in the case of y. So whatever new model we are creating should be better than this number. And the next thing which we have to do is identify all the categorical variable and do one-hot encoding. So one-hot encoding is nothing but so for all the categorical variable, we have to create a dummy variable which would give out value as 1 if the value present, else 0. So in this case, for gender, we have to create a dummy variable. So pandas provides a package function get dummies. So we have to just feed in the data frame column to it and use drop first row. So what this will do is, maybe I can just give you a demo. If I remove this and print the output, it will create two columns for each value, unique value present in the categorical variable. So if I include this drop first row, then it will create only one column, because one column is enough to say. So if male is 0, that means it is female. So we need not add two columns to give out the same information. One column is enough. So that's why this attribute is used. So once that is done, we have to extract or set the variables of x, by including all other values except customer ID, because that is a unique identifier and it is not useful. And then gender, because we already have created a dummy variable, and the target value should not be there in the X. So apart from that, other two values will be there. Once this is done, we have to concatenate PD using pd.concatenate. We have to concatenate the X and the gender dummy. So we have created the list of or data frame of independent variables. So it would have income, CIBIL score, and the dummy variable of gender. So once that is done, we have to create the model, decision tree model. Using right now, I'm creating using the default hyperparameters. So using decision tree, it will create instance, and then using the test train split, I'm splitting the values in ratio 70 to 30. 70% will be stored for the train and 30% will be kept for test. So after executing, I would get all the four values for x and y for test as well as x and y for train. So let me execute it. So once that is done, then using the model object, we have to fit against the training set x and y values. So now the model is built, and these are the hyperparameter values which it has used. And using the dtc.predict, and we have to pass on the x values of test and check what is the predicted value. So it will give out some prediction. So with this, I'll be ending the tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will see how to evaluate the model accuracy. Thank you.